Alright, so the D minor shares a lot of notes with it, and again, if you take the Dorian and just swap the 6 with a 7, you've got a perfect 7th degree half diminished situation. You know, you've got it. So here's the pure Dorian, and while we're talking about it, okay, I can't seem to get the G right there. I'll have to back it off for the G. Also, if you do a D, a G, okay, it also shares the B and the D, which is the 5th and the 7th degree of any key. Remember, this is E shaped, not strictly E anymore. All right. It's an E, essentially an E played from, if you wanted to bar it, but beware of barring, not borrowing. Beware of borrowing. Be a bar if you want to play good chords, right? That is an E shape on the G note, on the G bar. So that's right there, this 5. What were we talking about? So we can see we share notes with the half diminished there. Just the 5 and the 7. Okay, the 2 is not part of the half diminished triad. Oh, it is. Sorry, we share the 2 and the 7, not the 5 and the 7. Good thing I noticed that. So we share the 2 and the 7. It is the D and the B in the key of in the G triad, right? If you play a G7, then you've got all 3 notes of the half diminished, but you get this extra G you don't need. All right, and remember, G is like, what is it? It's like the 6th of B half diminished. So it's like a 6th chord, like that, which is essentially the 6th of the half diminished degree is a major. So we don't really need the G there. That's why I tend to want to use the Dorian substitution. The Dorian being in light purple here, same as the background color, and just add the 7, because then you've got essentially a B half diminished 7th, you know, and in piano and jazz and everything, you got C 7th, D minor 7th, E minor 7th, and then you can get B half diminished 7th. So that works better for me. But there are other ways to do substitutions, you know, such as using the G, and some people even use out of key substitutions, such as if you wanted to play a B natural half diminished, you could play a B flat major 7th, you know, and then just raise the root up 1. And I think they do that in music to get an effect, but it certainly looks like it's changing the key, unless that key involves these 2 notes anyway. So if you can make a change within the key, it's okay, and you can get a lot of really cool qualities by doing that. For instance, the C suspended 4th keeps you in the key of C. It's just it goes to F. You know, F is in the key of C. You're suspending the E to the F. So that's okay. Anyway, so this, I just put it in this here to warm up. We're going to move along, and we have the other topic too, in case half diminished is boring the heck out of you. All right, this one we're going to skip, because if we have to go to this chart, okay, I have it right here. And this is a good reference chart. This is the everything chart. It's got caged on top, which is the Ionian here. This is the Ionian here, and all of its ways to play. All right, and we don't want to spend a lot of time like that on doing that, but remember, it goes caged on top, which is a descending pentatonic scale. So it's C shape, A shape, G shape, E shape, D shape, C shape. Going up, we have essentially an ascending pentatonic scale, but it has some doubles in it. It has the EE, the DD, the CC. Now this is going vertically now, but I'm just showing you that they're all the same. When you go from the minor third to the major fourth, it's within those 4 frets, those first 4 frets on the guitar. So you've got the C there, then the D minor, and it's arpeggio and everything. Up to that 4th. And then you got the E minor there, starts on the 5th. Notice it's just one step above, one scale step above. It's important to know the difference between a scale step and a half step. A half step is 1 fret. A scale step can be a whole fret. For instance, from 4 to 5. See, here's the 5. So with the D, we do a arpeggio on the. With the D, I'll zoom in. We do arpeggio on the 4th, where with the E we do the arpeggio on the 5th. Then we can add the 3rd. Comes back in there. So we have this situation where we have E minor and then E major shaped. E minor shaped. What's E minor shaped? Everyone can play an E minor. You say to somebody, "Would you play me an E minor?" Oh man, I know how to play that. If he goes like that, you'll be like, "Damn, that guy's better than I thought he was." You've been learning guitar behind my back, haven't you? No, it's not. There's no trick to it. You just learn it and live it. So that's your E minor shape, and take those 2 notes up one fret, but it's also, in this case, it's a scale degree each. Okay, and then you do the bar here. You do the 3rd. You raise the major 3rd. Okay, for the F, it's going to be goes to the A. All right, and then you bar it. And you get your F. So here's E minor. E minor shaped E minor, E major shaped F, or the 4th quality. If you could do this whole thing up here and do it in any key. So if I'm looking at A flat, this would be, it sounds terrible, but because we don't, what are we playing here? If I play a little bit of piano, then it'll start to sound good. Alright? Now you know what I'm playing. But if I take that up, that's an E minor shaped A flat minor. Then I take it up to here. That's an E major shaped. What is that? An E major shaped. It should be a B flat, but it's an E major shaped A. Okay, guess what? That was a little bloopers, because this is probably okay here, but that doesn't occur particularly there. Okay, because that would have to be a half diminished, which would have to be this kind of a chord. Alright, so you can see it gets a little complicated in other keys, but it's not that complicated. We could do it. Where you have the